Alright, Shalom. All praises to Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahweh Shai, Bahashim, Makakwadash. Double honors unto my apostles and elders of Great Millstone that taught me this truth. Peace, love, and salutation unto the hopeful elect, kings and priests, bringing out this word in sincerity and in truth. I am the brother Amawan from the Great Millstone branch, Los Angeles, back here with another lesson for us who are to edify the elect. Cashless society equals digital society. RFID chip news update. I got an article here I'm going to share with you brothers, a real good article that I had sent out in the group chat, and the Lord put the spirit on me this afternoon to do a show on it, and Salaki brothers, if you can barely hear me, I am outside and there's like ACs blowing all around me. Salaki, if my voice is being cut out, but I'm going to try to speak loud as I can and be much edifying as I can. And Lord willing, the video comes out perfect. But this is the name of the article. Is a nationwide coin shortage being used to push us toward a cashless society, dated June 30th, 2020 by Michael Snyder. You brothers know I constantly do articles on this guy. But here's a photo from Lowe's. It says, attention customers, the U.S. is currently experiencing a coin shortage. Please use correct change or other form of tender if possible. We apologize for any inconvenience this may cause. So, the elites are doing, they're rolling out their agenda. All right, cashless society is being pushed. All right, it's always throughout the years has been pushed. People have been using, more credit cards. They've been using their phone more often, and now they're trying to stop the usage of coins. All right, you got big corporations. Salaki brothers, this thing going crazy. You got big corporations, not distributing coins no more. So that's a further push towards the cashless society. But I'm gonna jump into this article and just close it out, put some precepts and Lord willing, it's edifying. But the coin shortage in the United States is becoming quite severe, and a lot of people are deeply concerned about where this might be leading us. But if you don't run a business or deal with coins on a regular basis, you may not even know that this is happening. On Monday, my wife told me that a lot of people on Facebook were talking about this nationwide coin shortage, and then on Tuesday, Ricky Scaparo posted a couple of news stories about it. So I decided that I better start looking into this, because if this coin shortage is going to be used to push us toward a cashless society, that makes it a really big deal. And this is another scenario that they're using, okay, to push towards a cashless society. Same thing with the food. They're cutting off the food, right, to bring about a famine, to bring the people at the feet of the elites, man. All right, because if people have money floating around, they're not easily to be controlled. So they're trying to shut down everything, okay? But as I keep reading, what I discovered is that this coin shortage has actually been intensifying for quite a few weeks. And brothers, I'm not going to read all this, some of this. I'm not going to read all of this right here. I'll post it in the description. Just get the gist out of this, on June 11th, the Federal Reserve issued a statement in which they announced that coin rationing will begin on June 15th. Okay, so this has already been going on for a couple of weeks now, that they've been doing away with less rationing out of dimes and nickels and pennies and that and the sort. All right, so they're moving fast on with their agenda. But let's read right here. It says, it turns out that the rationing has been a lot stricter than many people originally anticipated. One small bank in Tennessee that would normally use 400 to 500 rolls of pennies each week is now being given 100 rolls per week. So that's a significant slash to what they were being given. All right, so the elites is moving fast, because this is going to force people, all right, to not want to use money anymore. This is going to get the people that annoyed, like, damn, I ain't got enough for this or that. It's going to further push the people to a digital currency. Okay, but it says business of all types rely on their banks to supply them with the change they need for their customers. And now many of those businesses are being forced to make changes because of this coinage, right? So you got small mama and pop businesses. They're not getting all these nickels and dimes and quarters. Therefore, they gotta change their whole cash register, basically. So when a customer comes in, they have to do more of a digital transaction. All right, because that's what the world is moving towards. All right, like the scriptures tell you here, he calls it all, both small and great. Matter of fact, man, let's read it. Let's read a little bit of it before I continue in the article. Revelations 13 and 16, and he calls it all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their foreheads, and that no man might borrow or sell, save he that had the mark or the name of the beast or the number of his name. The mark is what? The mark of the beast that these elites plan on issuing out. Okay, and you're not going to be able to transition in society without it. And they already have it in the works. All right, they're rolling back on their distribution of nickels and dimes. So we're moving closer. In fact, it is being reported that some businesses around the country are starting to put up signs asking their customers to either pay with exact change or with a card, you know? So this is moving fast, brothers. And don't be surprised when this starts to come up within your local grocery store, your local liquor store, your local supermarket. All right? And it's not going to be a surprise to us because this is what we've been waiting for. You know, this is... We ready for the rest of the prophecies to be fulfilled. That way Yahweh Shai can return. But I'm not going to read all this, okay? But matter of fact, I'm not going to read all this. I posted it in the description box. But it says, and I was stunned to hear that cash has been temporarily banned at all major self-checkout lines. So they're even at certain checkout lines, which I'm not sure what this place is talking about. Let me see. Click on it. Oh, so they're because out here in Cali, all right, this is I guess so. This is a self-checkout super center, basically like I want to say, maybe a convenience store, maybe a sort of like a Walmart. It says, but basically they're taking out their checkout lines, man. Let's read a little bit of it. It says Grand Rapids, Michigan, which I didn't, the Spirit just, led me to here. It says Mydra suspends cash payments at self-checkout lines. Grand Rapids, Michigan, I believe. Cash temporarily won't be accepted at major self-checkout lines due to a national shortage of coins. Customers who want to pay with bills will have to visit major Stafford checkout lines for the first time being, according to a company statement. So instead of going to the self-checkout line like as Jake does at the Walmarts and Food for Lesses and certain Stater Brothers, they're out here in Michigan, they suspended their self-checkout lines. Why? Because of a corn shortage. Okay? So the lease is moving fast, okay? But as it goes on to say, hopefully this corn shortage will start to subside once this coronavirus pandemic begins to fade, but right now there are no indications that this pandemic is going to fade anytime soon. The mainstream media keeps telling us that the pandemic is getting worse, and the number of new cases being reported around the world has begun surging in recent weeks because the elites wants to constantly keep pushing that fear because you people are falling for it. You people are caught in the snare, all right? And you're not going to wake up until the last minute. From the very beginning of this pandemic, we have been told that using cash is potentially dangerous because it could possibly spread the virus. The following comes from an article by Claudio Grass, which we brothers, I don't have to really get into all that. They were saying this in the earlier March, how using cash. I heard Elder Yashawamba back in March made mention of it, how they're going to start to use, do away with cash because it spreads coronavirus. And people are going to be fully with it, man. Okay? But as it goes on to say in the article, of course, central banks all over the globe have been encouraging the use of digital payments for a very long time, and so this pandemic has given them a golden opportunity to accelerate that agenda. Okay? Here in the U.S., there has always been a lot of resistance to the ideas of a cashless system. But some countries in Europe, such as Sweden, have almost entirely done away with cash at this point, and China is shifting in the direction of a cashless society at a pace that is breathtaking. See, China, like Apostle Tahar said, look at China, follow China, which a new virus has sprung up, and they're back on lockdown. But Sweden, right? A country in Europe. A country in Europe. Okay, they've already been practicing a cashless society. Okay, it's strange to use cash out there, and brothers and elders, we've always been speaking about this throughout the years. All right, and you got a lot of naysayers out there. The chip ain't this, the chip ain't that, and it's this and it's that. Well, how do you explain this the way society is moving? All right, this can only be talking about something dealing with money. All right, that Mark in Revelations the 13th chapter, and it goes on to say a lot of people like this. A lot of people like the speed and efficiency of cashless payments, but what people need to understand is that a system that is entirely cashless will allow government and financial institutions to monitor us, track us, and control us like never before. And that's what the elites want. They want total control. And you're gonna have the 2/3 of our people. They're gonna fall bait to it. But that's the plan of the elites, to have total control, to be God on the planet Earth, because He sees the people as sheep. And what do you do with sheep? All right, you slaughter sheep. And one way of tracking their sheep, they brand them, and they're gonna brand you with the RFID chip. That's how they're gonna keep track of their sheep, man. Okay. And people are going to willingly give over their rights because there's going to be food shortages. There's going to be the scare of a pandemic. So people are going to willingly give in to the fear of the elites, man. All right, let's read Revelations 13 and 15 over, starting at the 15th verse. And He had power to give life unto the image of the beast. What is the image? His way of life, His society. Him enforcing His laws on paper, his executive orders. That's Him giving power unto the image of the beast. The beast is NATO, the EU, his whole power structure. Okay, that the whore rideth upon. All right, America, Babylon the Great. That the image of the beast should both speak and cause that as many as would not worship the image of the beast should be killed. Because if you're not with the society, you're going to be off the grid. You're going to get put to death. That's what the scripture it says. And He causeth all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their foreheads, that no man might buy or sell, save he that had the mark or the name of the beast or the number of his name. Okay? So you're not going to be able to maneuver in society, man. Let me get this here in 2 Thessalonians real quick. All right, because these devils want control, man. All right. 2 Thessalonians, and I often bring the scripture out. I love to bring the scripture out. You know, the scriptures is this is the song that the elect is singing that's on constant repeat, okay? 2 Thessalonians 2 and 4. Let's get to the point. Who opposeth and exalteth himself above all that is called the Most High, or that is called God, or that is worshipped, so that he as God sitteth in the temple of God, showing himself that he is God. And how is he doing that? First and foremost, we know he put himself up as who the world calls God in Jesus Christ, but him using his mark of the beast, all right, doing away with cash as a way of control, man. Okay, now where was I? Back to the article. It says, a lot of people like the speed, just like you read that. It has often been said that cash means freedom, and a total abolition of physical cash will be a major blow to everyone that still loves liberty. Right? You just got to think of the way that our forefathers dealt with barter system. We use cattle, we use land, we use agriculture to trade and to build wealth, to get rich, to stay wealthy. But here in this society, the devil don't want you to live successful. He wants you to go to him for everything. And that's ultimately the curses. But Esau's trying to capitalize on the curses right now, man, with his new world order, his order out of chaos, man. But he's going to fail miserably. Unfortunately, the entire world has been steadily moving in a cashless direction for many years, and this pandemic has given opportunities of a window has given opponents of cash a window of opportunity to push us down that road even faster. Okay, so it's coming, man. It's coming. Let's get this last scripture real quick here in Revelations 14. This is Revelations 14:8. And there followed another angel saying, Babylon is fallen, that great city, because she made all nations drink of the wine of the wrath of fornication. Because everybody is taking on the curses of America. Look at China. Okay? Like the article said, follow China. They're moving at a cashless society that is breathtaking. And the third angel followed them, saying with a loud voice, if any man worship the beast in his image and receive his mark in his forehead or in his hand, the same shall drink of the wine of the wrath of the Most High, which is poured out without mixture into the cup of his indignation, and he shall be tormented with fire and brimstone in the presence of the holy angels and in the presence of the Lamb. What's that talking about? That's talking about the chip. That can only be talking about the chip. All right, a coin shortage, that's all by design, because the IMF, these elite banking families, they print the money. Okay, they print the money. Who you think faces on the money? Okay, so they're moving a new system in, using a cover up with this COVID-19, man. All right, it's easy to see unto the elect, you know. But call Allah Yahweh Shemi Al Shabbat Shem Kakodash. Until the next one, I say Shalom.